anticipate this being? Can you characterize what this could be?
Tough, hard-fought game. Because they're a complete team. They're capable of beating you offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. And so are we. We're capable of beating you in all three of those phases. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. But really, at this point, it's really just about Clemson. We've got to just take care of our business, prepare. We've got less than 48 hours before we kick this thing off. So I just told them, listen, right now we got to start that preparation process right now mentally, getting yourself ready to go play your best game of the year, because that's what it's going to take. But who knows how the game will go, but we just got to take care of the ball and again, try to do the things that we've done well all year, and that's keep the penalties down and continue to make big plays when they present themselves, and try to create some turnovers. We got to get back into that ball game. That's the first game last week that we've had where we've lost the turnover margin and it almost cost us. So it's like telling them, hey, the stove is hot, and they touch it anyway. Well, they live through it, but they got a scar. So hopefully we'll play a little bit better and take care of the ball, and then get the takeaways when they present themselves. Because it almost cost us something.
You mentioned the specter of that fourth quarter a year ago, and I would guess that's probably what they're thinking. We got to do that again. We got to take the air out of the ball. We got to control the clock. We got to keep their offense on.
Well, that's what they do. They're built to be a ball control type team. Play good running game, good play action, play good defense. Win in the kicking game, and you look up and they beat you 24-21 or something. That's kind of how they're built. But we've got to just do what we do. We've got to stop their running game and try to, make them do things that they don't really want to do, and make that quarterback have to beat us, and from throwing the ball more than they want to, as opposed to throwing it whenever they want.
It really suits them.
That's a big difference in the game. So no big secret. They got a good running back. We got to stop them. We can't stop the running game. It'll be a tough night for us defensively. And then the other side for us offensively, we got to take care of the ball, execute, be patient. They're a tough team to run the football on, but we can't just abandon that. We got to be patient and take advantage of the opportunities as they present themselves.
Speaking of the kicking game, just talk about Chandler Catanzaro and how consistent he's been.
Well, y'all probably go back and get it, but at some point last year, when it was as bad as it could be, I think I made the statement that I really feel like before he leaves here, he'll end up being one of the most consistent kickers that we've had, which was probably, a pretty bold statement at the time. But the reason I said that was because I believed it. I know y'all think I just say things sometimes and say them, but I truly believe that because of what I see at practice every day. And he was a freshman, and I felt like he's made of the right things, had the right mentality, and he was just going to improve and get better. And that's what's happened. No magic wand, no, nothing like that. He's just a guy that's got a lot of pride and works very hard, and he's just now transferring it over to the game field. And we've solidified the battery a little bit, and we've had good snaps and holds, and it's all hand in hand. But he's just grown, he's learned. It's tough when you go out there and you're an 18-year-old guy and miss a kick in overtime against Auburn, and just it's a tough thing sometimes mentally to deal with. But he's shown a lot of mental toughness, and I'm really proud of him. Now if he misses a kick, hey, he misses it, he's ready to make the next one. He just kind of, whereas last year it kind of carry over, but he was still our best guy. Every time you'd open up and say, all right, dadgummit, well, he'd come out here and he wouldn't even be close. And so I'm happy to see him having good success. What a difference a year makes. That's all I can say.
I think you said last year that you're a traditionalist when it came to college football's postseason. Does this season have the potential to change that viewpoint at all?
No. And I
just looking at how many undefeated teams are left.
Well, we're a long way away from worrying about that. There's a lot of football left to be played.
But the potential is there for a long time.
Oh, potential's there every year, but I have always said that I would be in favor for the system that we have, making the bowls be done by like January 2nd, and then having one more game. that to me, really gives you the best of both worlds, because you're usually not talking. I mean, you're not usually arguing about 8 teams.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty obvious that there's 3 or 4 teams when it gets to the end that maybe have a case of, hey, we could win this thing, and on any given day. So I've been for that and would be for that. But as far as just doing away with the bowl system and all that kind of stuff, I'd be against that.
So you're +1 for the record.
Yeah, for the record, that's what I'd be for. Yep. And have been.
Next lineup could take would be Latique or Andrews.
At linebacker? No. We would probably right now after Tig, we'd probably move Carrico or Quandon. Because we got Justin gives us another option at Sam. Justin really would have a hard time moving the wheel right now because he really hadn't repped that. Quandon's got a little better understanding of the big picture and could easily play over there. Same thing with Carrico. Carrico could go play it, no problem. Daniel Andrews is another guy that knows every position, can get us through a game as well. So, but Teague, not quite ready for that role.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, yeah. But, I mean, it's just a very complex system over there. You don't just jump in there and when you've been playing one position, play the other. They're trying to learn. It's just the same thing in a lot of our positions on the team. So a lot of our freshmen have been learning one thing. So it's hard for them to just plug in the middle of a game week and say, okay, you do this now.
I said his name for some reason. I'm not excited.
Who's that?
Latique, that's why I mentioned his name. But he's been working the same.
Yeah, he's worked some Bandit. He's worked a little bit. He's worked some Will and Sam, but he's not game plan ready. He's not game plan ready.
And Justin obviously is healthy enough to play.
Oh yeah, he is going to play. Yeah, everybody's going to play. Everybody's good. I was worried about him early part of the week, but he practiced yesterday and today, so he's going to be good to go.
Everybody in place in terms of discipline and all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
You got any
Is this the
issues?
Mike Bellamy press conference again?
Is he still on the team?
Well,
He's still here. Yeah.
Is he still here?
Absolutely.
And he's practicing all week, and
He's had a great week of practice.
and
He's
he
had a
can-
great week.
and can play all 4 quarters.
He's eligible to play all 4 quarters if we so choose to play him.
If you so choose to play.
But he is eligible, absolutely. No
Just in
issue.
case
But we still got 48 hours, less than
that's
48
true.
hours to go. So,
That's true.
but as we stand right now, he is ready to go. But you got to show up to dinner on time. You got to, we got a lot of meetings between here and there. So just little things.
I remember Clemson quarterback put his fist through the window of the dorm door the night before the game.
Randy Anderson.
Randy Anderson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No.
He got
Mike's had a
his
good
girlfriend.
week. He's had a really good week practicing, and he's a heck of a player. And he's really learning what to do. He's taking pride in it. You just got to grow up. That's our job to help him.
Stewart have a surgery date set or anything?
We're gonna probably wait till after the open date and let him go home, and then do it after that. And his attitude's good. I mean, he's, unfortunately, he's been through this once, so he knows and he understands the big picture of it, and he feels good with his left knee. So he'll come back better than ever. That's what I told him. Just a setback and on the way to a long career. And at the end of the day, heck, it's probably a positive for us and Clemson, for him and Clemson. And maybe he's here 5 years now, and instead of 3 or 4, and we get to he gets to be in Clemson, and we get to keep him. So it'll all work out. But it's one of those things that's hard to deal with for young people sometimes, to develop patience when things don't go the way you planned them to go. But he is very, very talented, and he'll do what he's got to do to get healthy and get back.
Any time frame on that waiver when you would know if he's
No,
granted?
I don't know. I mean, we got to get all the information together, and then send it all in. And because he played one play, he's over the 20% rule or whatever Saturday, and so we got to do the waiver thing. We'll see what happens, but I don't know when that'll be. We're not in any big rush right now.
Have you drawn the 81 guys in yet to talk to the team? Are you integrating them into the next
I'm going to visit with them tomorrow, and hopefully some of those guys will have a chance to maybe visit some of our guys at some point for the weekend. So anxious to meet them though. left tackle, 6'5", 234. 6'4", 234.
Well, all the linemen were about 250.
I think his name was Fish, maybe 6'4", 234. Brandon Ford. That's Brandon Ford. Brandon Ford's bigger than that.
Brad Fisher.
Brad Fisher. Yeah, Fisher. Isn't that amazing? I was looking at the roster and their sizes and all that stuff. And,